What's up, humans, and welcome to another Psicoactivo. Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, so we got some breaking news, people, and it's big because I know how some of you feel about Jake Barber and the Skywatcher team. I also have my reservations, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be following up on what they promised, which were big promises, if you guys don't recall. So we've been waiting for the part two of their docu-series that is completely free on YouTube. And we finally got an update from Skywatcher. And then I'm going to share some Jake Barber quotes for you guys, because after he made the announcement, he was also active on his responses. So I'm going to share with you what they revealed to us in this part two update. We have a release date for the second part of the documentary. We have a white paper that has to do with the disclosure effort they're doing. And we can already see a little rift between this private effort and whatever Lou Elizondo and Christopher Mellon are doing. I'm not saying that they're like in bad terms or anything, but it does seem like they're doing separate things a little bit. Skywatcher is doing their thing, and Mellon and Elizondo are doing their thing, and they're not disparaging each other or anything like that. It's just how they're doing it, how they're rolling. So let's take a look. Okay, so I'm going to read it to you. It's a little bit long, but I think it's worth it. So here it is. Skywatcher Part 2 update. Everyone, we want to share an update and address some of the questions we've seen online. We believe the Skywatcher has made real progress in understanding the phenomenon. While we can't respond to every comment, our top priority is to validate our work and then effectively share and communicate those findings with you. Upcoming releases. Releases have been slightly delayed, and we acknowledge that. We're dealing with a highly complicated subject that involves us both trying to simultaneously manage our operations and compose media that accurately communicates our progress. Despite the silence, progress has been tremendous. We are working to improve our systems and processes to communicate more effectively moving forward. We want to share our work with you as much as you want to see it. We also acknowledge the criticism that is inherent within this topic. We don't want to put out work that we are not proud of and that we cannot stand behind. Our entire team has been working around the clock in an effort to make meaningful progress towards our objectives. Here's the final immediate release schedule. Number 1, the Skywatcher Disclosure Framework white paper will be released next week. Number 2, Skywatcher Part 2 video is complete and will be released the following week, April 7th. We'd also like to provide some clarity by briefly addressing comments we've seen online. Number 1 is our intent. Our commitment is to engage with the phenomenon peacefully and with the spirit of collaboration and discovery. Our focus is on data collection and understanding, nothing more, nothing less. There will be no hostile intentions taken toward anything in the sky. And then Skywatcher tags a very famous account called the Project Unity. They say the Project Unity raised an important point about concerns over defensive postures. Any protective measures you may notice are strictly for safety in the face of unknown or unforeseen circumstances. We are working in real time with an unpredictable phenomenon, and ensuring a secure environment for all involved is essential. Our interactions with the phenomenon are governed by a clear ethical framework rooted in peaceful engagement. We approach this work with a commitment to honesty, collaboration, and responsible stewardship of any information or experiences that may arise. Every team member maintains full presence and intentionality during observations, balancing open-minded curiosity with critical thinking. While we maintain a strict non-aggression policy, we acknowledge the importance of appropriate boundaries. Our engagement is characterized by patience, emotional composure, and the recognition that truly understanding the phenomenon requires us to embody the same integrity and respect we hope to establish in any potential interaction. This ethical foundation guides every aspect of our work, from data collection to public communication. Our process, we are continuously refining our approach and taking every necessary precaution to ensure the integrity and safety of our work. We are private citizens engaging in a research project out in the open for public to see. We do not claim to have all the answers about the phenomenon. We are in pursuit of that knowledge, the same as you, and we intend to share what we find with all of you. Our approach: as Skywatcher, we are committed to rigorous scientific principles in all our work. Our methodology adheres to the fundamental tenets of the scientific method: systematic observation, measurement, experimentation, and the formulation and testing of hypotheses. This is why we're taking the time to ensure our data collection and analysis meet the highest standards of scientific inquiry. Exploring the unknown requires a careful, deliberate, and measured approach. Going forward, we are dedicated to empirical evidence, peer review, and transparent reporting. We understand that advancing our knowledge of the phenomenon requires methodical, evidence and based investigation that can withstand scrutiny from the broader scientific community. This commitment to scientific rigor guides every aspect of our work, even as we push the frontier and take on uniquely challenging mission of exploration. Media. Some have asked why we need a full-time producer. The reality is that this subject has been heavily stigmatized. If we want to engage not only those who already believe, but also those who are justifiably skeptical, we need to present our findings in a way that is clear, compelling, and responsible. For those wondering why we don't simply release the data, the truth is it's not that simple. The phenomenon appears unpredictably, sometimes only as a brief flash of light in the distance, often evading traditional detection. This isn't a point and shoot situation. If you ever try to capture something fleeting at a great distance, you'll understand why raw data alone isn't always meaningful or convincing. We are using the best technology available, but detecting and documenting high speed aerial phenomena remains a challenge. Our goal is to capture a robust, high quality data set that can be independently analyzed and evaluated. Together, we stand at the threshold of confirming profound truths about our reality. This journey requires a global community of open minds and rigorous thinkers. Skywatcher aims to serve as the vanguard of the collective effort. Join us as we seek a deeper understanding of the universe and our place within it. Follow our progress, engage with our findings, and be part of this historic exploration. And then here's Jake Barber saying, Happy Friday, y'all. Official update below. Looking forward to having a lot of fresh things to share and discuss with everyone. And then this really caught my eye. So I'm going to share it with you guys. Jake Barber is responding to Robert W.R. And he says, This is fine, I suppose. But here's what I don't understand: that the Disco brothers are getting footage on camera, radar, and other detection devices. If you're having trouble detecting it, why not just hire them? They have a phenomenally technical RV and are both engineers. If you guys don't know who the Tedesco brothers are, they've been on multiple shows. They're from New Jersey and they do some really incredible data detection of UAP around the area. So, in a recent tweet, one of the Tedesco brothers was, you could say, snapping back at Dr. Gary Nolan for apparently like dissing him or something like that. And now Jake Barber responds like this. He says, Tedesco bros are great. Love those guys. But we are good. We got some broad daylight footage to share, many classes, including the infamous Tic-Tac. Holy crap. Several of them coming out to play. Dropping ink from outer space. Fun story. Damn. Okay. So this is very clear. They claim that they captured multiple Tic-Tac craft. I wonder how close they are. And I wonder if that's what's taking them so long to get the proper footage because, I mean, they must have some really good equipment to get a little bit of a close up, but I think it's really hard to get close ups of those things. Also, if you guys don't recall, whenever someone is trying to like purposely record any of these craft of the phenomenon, there always seems to be some type of interference that doesn't allow for the camera to capture whatever it is up there. I remember an account from Dr. Gary Nolan of a family that saw something above their car, and one of them captured it with a camera, with a phone camera. And what they saw and what was captured are very different things. What they saw was like a disc-like object, and what they actually captured with the camera was something like looked like a star of some kind, was kind of weird. What does that mean? I wonder. And what are you guys expecting from Jake Barber and Skywatcher? We don't have to wait much. Next week we're getting that peer-reviewed paper, and then on April 7, we're getting the episode 2. And I know there's already a lot of people that are like complaining about Skywatcher, about how they're really a media company, and some people are already expecting them for like to start charging for something or making profit of some type. I have to wait and see how this progresses, but I think it's one of the interesting stories around the topic. So that's why I'm covering it. I can already see the comments snapping at Jake Barber and Skywatcher. You guys do whatever you want. As long as you're respectful, I'm cool with it. If I see disrespectful comments, I will erase them. So use your big brains and your vocabulary so you can criticize accordingly if you're going to do that. You've been warned. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Do you think we're going to get something substantial with this paper and with the episode 2? Do you think it's not going to be that great? Do you think that we're going to get like far away takes, something like that? Or, I mean, I see Jake, who is like really, really hopeful and really enthusiastic. I hope his enthusiasm can transmit to us a little bit because things seem to be picking up, especially recently with Jake Barber here, with David Grush, with Elizondo and Mellon visiting Washington yesterday. There's a picture going around that I will show you guys of yesterday with Mellon, Luna, Burchett, and Burleson in the same picture and what they talked about. Elizondo had a tweet about this that I'm showing you right now. So things seem to be picking up, and over the next 2 weeks, we're either gonna get more stories or some actual evidence, which would be nice for a change, wouldn't it? Can't wait. But yeah, in the meantime, just let me know what you think about this. I still think that I admire their passion and their hopefulness. I hope it's warranted. I hope we can get something substantial. I do agree with him and with Michael Herrera in my previous video. They're talking about unity, actual unity, and not getting to like this calling out game and this envy game and always trying to put the other one down. And it's very common in the UFO community, especially in UFO Twitter. Here I was about a year ago thinking that I would just insert myself into this world. Everything will be dandy. We would be making friends everywhere, kumbaya everywhere. And what do I find? One of the most divisive communities ever. I guess the topic warrants it because if it's that serious, things are going to get really tricky when it comes to confrontations and all that. So I get it, but I was kind of disappointed that there seems to be a group of people within the community that don't want to be mature about this, and they just want to keep fighting and calling other people out and just building a movie inside their heads of stuff that happens that is not even in tune with reality. And in my case, all you have to do is approach me and ask what I'm doing. I'm very transparent about that. I will take care of my sources when they ask me to, and I will always ask permission to say something that I find worthy of news or something like that. But whenever somebody tells me this is off the record, that's what I do. It's part of my work, it's part of my preparation. So, and if people think that I'm like not being loyal by chasing a story, quote unquote, I mean, I am a journalist and I do have a channel, but there are a lot of stories that I've never touched because they're just not worth it. Even if they're like, I mean, I get some people like the more sensational aspect of stories. I get that. In fact, about 60 or 70% of channels that deal with these topics care way more about the impact than actually doing work, doing journalism. And it's okay, man. I mean, I don't care. You can get your bag for all I care. But yeah, I got to be clear on that. If some of my relationships in this space consider that I don't take sides and you don't like that, tough shit. I don't care. I've never taken sides. I can see people engaging in destructive behavior towards each other. And I confess, there was a time when I tried to get along with everybody in the space and I made that mistake. I still get along or try to get along with everyone, but if I see some of them engaging in doxing and just aggression, I'll just stay away. I don't care who you are. I don't care the side you're in. If you continue to do that, you're not going to get anything from me at all. We need to like engage in actually intelligent conversations and productive conversations rather than just keep fighting. It's not taking us anywhere. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think. And let me know what you think about this explanation or breakdown of part two of Skywatcher. I want to hear from you. Tell me everything you want to say in the comments. Hit the like and subscribe button too. It really helps the channel keep growing. You can also share the content anywhere you want. You can also become a member if you like. You can look at us on the KGRA feeds everywhere. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there's a bunch of links down there. Thank you for your help, as always. And that's it for me today on this video, but I will see you guys in the next one. And remember, stay curious, stay inquisitive. Bye.